Sorry for the spam. You guys were wondering what happened at the end of that video. I didn't get it on film. Was a couple walking their dog, and I was trying to avoid walking to my car because he knew my dad's car from years ago, but he didn't know my new car. And I told the couple, I'm like, please, help me. And the wife kind of walked up to me, and the husband, or boyfriend, kind of stared him off the way, and he was like, bro, you need to go out, you need to get out of here. And the chick walked me to my car. We kind of turned by 7-Eleven, so you couldn't see where I was parked, and they helped me escape the situation. So when you guys say, start calling the police, you guys make a TikTok, well, the police haven't really been on my side for that time. So yeah, I kind of needed to film stuff, and because it went viral, that's literally the only reason that they came to my house to help me make a restraining order, whatever. Sorry for the spam. You guys were wondering what happened at the end of that video. I didn't get it on film. Was a couple walking their dog, and I was trying to avoid walking to my car because he knew my dad's car from years ago, but he didn't know my new car. And I told the couple, I'm like, please, help me. And the wife kind of walked up to me, and the husband, or boyfriend, kind of stared him off the way, and he was like, bro, you need to go out, you need to get out of here. And the chick walked me to my car. We kind of turned by 7-Eleven, so you couldn't see where I was parked, and they helped me escape the situation. So when you guys say, start calling the police, you guys make a TikTok, well, the police haven't really been on my side for that time. So yeah, I kind of needed to film stuff, and because it went viral, that's literally the only reason that they came to my house to help me make a restraining order, whatever. Sorry for the spam. You guys.
Okay, so police didn't help her. Thankfully, I have police from somewhere else helping me because Oklahoma law enforcement hasn't done a damn thing. Mike and Lucky were trying to, apparently, and unfortunately, 6 days after my vandalism report was filed, Chief Miller was murdered. Mike was accused of the murder. There's no way he could have done it. Since that time, I've said, here's why we think Mike didn't do it. There's no way he could have killed Chief Miller. I got a text. How'd you know they had to be begged or coaxed to Pensacola? Because we had this whole planned thing, premeditated murder, and we needed him in Pensacola so that we could carry out that plan. I've been retaliated against for pointing out he didn't have any injuries. He was drugged and unconscious when he was found and treated with Narcan, not being knocked out in a fight. Other than that, no cops help with stalking victims. No cops help. So, how many women are killed by their stalker? You got Rebecca Schaefer, you got Travis Alexander, so it's not just women who are stalked, it's men too. There was an officer in Texas on the TV show Stalked who was shot 7 times by his stalker. His stalker was female. I've moved 2 times to get away from Charles Perry. He grosses me out. He grosses everybody out. He creeps everybody out. He makes everybody extremely uncomfortable. So when we bring out his crime and the stuff he's doing that he wanted hidden all his life that he's caught on now, does it make him uncomfortable? We hope so. We hope that we are making him as uncomfortable, bringing out the truth, as he is making us uncomfortable, trying to cover it all up and make everybody lie. We have heard him over the last several months. We have to make Cynthia sign the affidavit recanting all her claims. We have to arrest her. Find a way to arrest her. Just find something. We have to make her go. We have to sit her down and explain how because we also trafficked her. We're stalking to traffic her. We have to traffic her. She has to go. We have to make her understand she has to go. She can't stay in Oklahoma. That is fruit of a police investigation, Mr. Perry. Does it make you uncomfortable? You're raping kids, pimping out children in Houston who live in a compound, apparently don't have birth certificates, and they're not being educated. Fruit of the investigation into your criminal activity. Not Oklahoma. Not Oklahoma law enforcement getting that done. Does it make you uncomfortable when we figure all that out? So you want to smear me. You want to discredit me. And for the record, we all get that. You made your point. You made your point when you tried to do that the first time. I tried to get a protective order, and for that, Mr. Perry had me false arrested, illegally detained, and my mugshot all over the news. He has failed to resolve that and thinks that's a date, that's a love life. Nope, it is not. You have made everybody horrified by what you're doing to me, and you don't seem to get that. We get the help. You get told on. It has been that way for 10 years. We get the help. Here's the results of everything you're doing. We get help with information, and we get the information before you do it. You get told on before you do it. Are you stupid, or what's your problem? What is your problem? Everybody is so furious with you. Everybody is so horrified by you. Everybody is sickened by you. The result of what you're doing, we get the help, you get told on. It's been that way every day, all day long, for 10 years. So we hear them going around, running around. How'd she get that information? How'd she find out? How did she know about that? I'm not supposed to know I was sold, but I do. I was sold to a guy named Larry, who's a realtor out of Houston. So I got the guy's name. I know what he does for a living, and I know what city he lives in. He thinks he bought a person. You can't do that, sir. You go to jail. It's a life sentence. You get the same sentence for human trafficking that you get with a murder in some states. Murder. Some states. For human trafficking, it is highly illegal. There are billions of dollars poured into fighting that particular crime. If you can't get a date the normal way, that's your problem, dude. That's your problem. Somebody told our guys, this is Cynthia Ortiz, by the way, these are the Charles Perry, David Robertson, Human Trafficking Stalker Podcast. Charles, you are a rejected fuck fail. That's all you are. You will never be anything better than that. I don't like you. I rejected you and I left. And you're pathetic. You embarrass the hell out of everybody. You creep everybody out. You piss everybody off. You're imposing your weirdo problem on other people, and we've had it with you. Everybody's had it with you. You know what the result of that is? We get the information, you get told on. You are horrifying to people. You are a demented, depraved piece of trash. It's enough. You need to grow up. Learn how to say next. Learn how to say next in both business and personal. You loser. You embarrass the hell out of everybody. They all run around. How did she get it? We don't think she got that information legally. Listen, you don't know how they got it. I don't even know that. When they arrest you and you go to court, you can challenge it then. Right now, you don't get to know that. You don't know who's getting it. You don't know how they're getting it. And until you can identify who's getting it and how they're getting it, you can't say it's legal or illegally obtained. You don't know. They're making sure you don't know. You've called all around looking for them. They won't give you the time of day, will they? They won't call you back. You pathetic. They will not call you back. Tough guys pick on tough guys. One of your people said this. Listen, everybody's throwing up at this bullshit he's doing to her. Tough guys pick on tough guys. They don't pick on girls to feel tough. This Petunia, is so pathetic. Not only is he picking on a woman, he has to have all his buddies help him. He's that weak, and he's that pathetic. How embarrassing for you. How absolutely embarrassing for you. Get a life. Get a fucking life. So, here's the thing though, is that more than one person, Mr. Perry, has pointed, I guess several years ago, we got one of him talking to what sounded like a TPD officer. Now, what happened to this guy? Because he was right on the money when he talked to him, the first time he talked to him, I guess. After that, I don't know what the hell happened. But what he said is, they were talking, and the guy kind of stopped Charles, and he said, "You're talking to me like you think I believe you, and I think you know I do not believe you. Because you're calling me, and you're telling me that you have feelings for this woman and that you just want to sit her down and talk about how you feel. So what you would normally do, sir, is you pick up the phone, you call her and you say, you left town and there's things we left unsaid, and I would like to come to Tulsa, and I would like to take you to dinner, and I would like to talk with you. And if she's willing to, then talk to her. And you do it like that. That's not what you did. You ripped her from her home. You ripped her from her family. You smeared her in the news. You put her in jail for trying to get a protective order against you. You knew she had to file a police report. You didn't let it get investigated. You lied about there being a political vendetta. And so that's not what a guy does if he's trying to get a woman to like him. And so I don't believe that that's what this is about. I believe that there's something else going on here, and you're full of shit. You're not doing things that a guy does who wants to get a woman to like him. You're doing things that are horrible, like you need a cover-up and you need a lie. And you're doing that at her expense. She lost her home. She lost her home. You illegally detained her for 2 months. You ripped her from her son. You ripped her from her family. And that was a really mean thing to do. It was also illegal, by the way. You obstructed justice. You caused her to lose her evidence. Maybe evidence of attempted murder. That's not how you get a date. So don't call me up and tell me this is about that. There's no way. Don't insult my intelligence. Don't waste my time. Period. Now, he was right on the money. So what happened to that guy, and who was it? I'm not told who I'm listening to. But what happened to him? Everybody is very tired of you. You have put everybody through absolute hell for 10 years for your lie and for your cover-up. You are not owed, and you are not entitled to crime. You are not owed, and you are not entitled to your lie. And the more you try to lie, the more we get the truth. You don't know who's getting the information. You don't know how they're getting it. You don't know what kind of court orders are in place to allow them to get it. You don't know who's leaking. You ask me every day. That fuck types in my phone every day names of people he thinks might be leaking. Is it Al? Is it your family? Is it Jim? Is it David? Now it's David. Is it Michael Reed? Is it this guy? Is it Michael Neely? Oh my God. Why the fuck would I ever help you? You lousy piece of trash. People get irate with you, Mr. Perry. Irate. That you have the nerve to ask me of all people for help. I will never help you. If you're on fire and I really need to pee, I wouldn't help you. I fucking can't stand you. I went to a lot of trouble to move 2 times to get as far away from you as I could get. You go wherever it is I am, and you do nothing but make trouble. You do nothing but bullshit everybody. You do nothing but cause problems and stress, and everybody hates you for it. Everybody hates you for it. And the results of that is we get the help, you get told on. My guys will not give you the time of day. They have no time to repeat themselves for somebody who's stupid and can't get it the first time. There's no place in politics for somebody who's too stupid to get it the first time. Nobody should have to repeat for you. I understand that you have a disease called Huntington's disease. That is also fruit of the investigation into your criminal activity. It causes paranoia, delusion, hallucinations, psychosis, and impaired cognitive reasoning. It will kill you dead. It will get worse. It will not get better. There's no cure. You can't think past tying your shoe. There will come a day you can't wipe your own ass. It gets worse by the day. You say things that do not even make sense. There's no evidence of a political vendetta. There's no evidence of a romance. There is evidence of human trafficking. We're not stupid. Stop treating everybody else like they're dumb as you. They're not. All of you, stop treating everyone else like they're as stupid and corrupt as you are. People are getting sick of being asked to abandon their morals, their ethics, their principles, to do something illegal for you. And, oh, by the way, with this woman that's catching our crime more than ever before in our lives, and she has help, and those people are catching our crime more than ever in our lives before, don't get caught. That is putting a lot of stress on a lot of people they don't want, and they're sick of it. Everybody's sick of you guys, all of you. Lucius, Calvin, Geppetto, Blankenship, Desiree, Sanjay, Beverly, Renee, Andrew, Lawrence, James, Ruben, Richard, Dickey, Greg, Tim, Larry, Oscar, Bruce, Betancourt, Damien, Bethany, Gabe, and Jacob, and Nisbet. Who the fuck are those people? I've not met those people that I know of. Those are names that came from it's part of the fruit of the investigation into you. Name one of my guys. Oh, yeah, you can't. To quote one of their meetings. Oh, yeah, you can't. Don't get that confused. Because you seem to think it's the other way around. It is not. It is not the other way around. My guy's like, I told him in March 2020, through Cyndi, don't invade her privacy, you sick little fuck. Don't contact her or her family in any way, shape, or form, directly or indirectly, and get your hands out of her wallet. Stop taking her money. Stop doing things that cost her money and time. Respect the law. Respect her, or I'm going to do it for you, and I'm going to kick your criminal ass like it has not been kicked before in your life. We got those names after that because you thought you had a choice. You don't have a choice. It is the law. It is the law. And you need to start keeping up with the rest of us. Learn how to say next, both in business and personal. You see Blockbuster Video, and you see Netflix. Blockbuster didn't learn how to say next, did they? They couldn't pivot. They're out of business. You're all by yourself. You're rejected fuck. You disgust everybody. You repulse people. Your crime is repulsive. You're creepy. You're a weirdo. Get that off of us. And do it now. Because you thought you had a choice, we've quoted you guys in your meetings every day. We have your people's names. You know why? People do not like your crime. And the results of what you've done is we get the help and you get told on. Maybe that's because everybody wants you to stop it. Maybe, who's Lucius? Who's that guy? I've not met him. The three people that I think I've met, I'm not even sure. Richard, Dickey, and Jacob. The rest of you, as far as I know, I've not met you. So I don't know those people, but they know me. So you know how creepy that is? That is fucking creepy. Maybe Jeremy is another person involved. I mean, when you ask me these questions about who your leaks are, the fuck is going through your head? Every day I say the same thing. First of all, I'm not told that. It's a need-to-know investigation, and I don't need to know that. So I'm not told that. And even if I did know, I will never help you. We all hate your guts. Nobody invited you to Oklahoma. I came to Oklahoma to be with my family and get the fuck away from you and have no drama and no problems. And you know what? Had you left me alone the first time I said leave me the fuck alone, you sick fuck. There is something wrong with you. You are a deviant. You are not normal. You're a sicko. Had you left me alone then, you wouldn't need your lie now. But the more you try to get your lie, the more we get the truth. Does that make you uncomfortable? You make everybody uncomfortable. So if somebody makes you uncomfortable, we'll get you a tissue. What about those kids that are getting raped? You think they're give a shit if you're uncomfortable? They don't. What about their moms? You have to sit and listen to their kids scream while they get raped, and they can't do anything about it. They can't do a damn thing. Those kids don't have birth certificates. On paper, they don't exist. And they're not being educated from what we understand. Is that true? Is that true? You think that makes people uncomfortable? Yeah. So when you get uncomfortable, no one cares. No one fucking cares. You're a monster. You're a damn monster. How do you live with yourself? Some guy said today, I know that Mr. Perry and David Robertson are mentally ill, mentally impaired, and I believe them both to be on drugs. Those two act like they're on drugs. I can't stand being around either one of them. That's in Oklahoma. Who said that? Yeah, that guy walks in the room and the hair on the back of your neck stands on end, and I got to deal with that. Guess what? I have other shit to deal with, and I don't want to deal with that. I wish he'd get his ass out of Oklahoma, go home to his family, and he wants to run for governor, go fucking run for governor, but get off us. Get off of us. Get off of her, and get off us. You know how many people say that behind your back? If you knew what people really said behind your back, you wouldn't show your face in public again, ever. See, that we know, and you don't. You know why? People are sick of you. You're an imposition and a burden. Your crime is disgusting. It's disgusting. Get it off of us. I moved 2 times, Mr. Perry, twice. Had to load up my shit, leave where I was, and start all over again 2 times. You know what? I had just met Fabian, and I didn't really want to leave Dallas, but because you were there, butting in, and not minding your own business, and not acting like a grown-ass man with dignity and class, and you are bothering and threatening and bothering and threatening and harassing and bothering and butting in, I left. So 2 times I have moved, 2 times I uprooted my child, and we both had to start all over again. And you go wherever we are, and you won't fuck off. You're not wanted. You're not loved. Everybody is sick of you. The results of that, we get the help. You get told on. How slow can one be to not get after 10 years? That is your feedback. You get told on because everybody would like very much for you to fuck off and stop it. All of you. Who is this Lucius guy? Is Lucius the one that killed Lucky? Who is this guy? Why does he hide behind a computer and threaten me? Why not do it to my face? What's up with all the petunias? This guy, here's the thing. Tough guys pick on tough guys. Men pick on men. They do not pick on women. They do not pick on girls. This one is such a petunia that not only is he picking on a girl, he has to have all his buddies help him. He is that weak. He is that pathetic. He is that petunia. How embarrassing. No wonder she doesn't like him. He goes around and tells people, oh, I think that 10 years, she hasn't seen him. She hasn't been in the same room with this guy since 2013, this man said. I'm quoting someone else. Since 2013, has not been in the same room with Mr. Perry. And he goes around and tells people, we're a couple. It's just she's mad. She's hormonal. Maybe she's gay. And we're all going, oh my God, what a whack job. What a fucking whack job. You took her, she's had to move twice to get away from you. You ran off all her family. You had her kicked out on the street. You wrecked her car. You took her car. Then you're trying to take the crap car she has now. You took everything she owned. You ruined her reputation. You ruined her credit. You ruined her school. Anything good, you ruin it. You're trying to get her fired from her job. You won't let her get a job doing anything else but dancing. You've trafficked her, and you're trying to kill her. Maybe it's that. Stupid. Maybe it's that. That's not really how you get a date. Acting like that. So, we're all sick of hearing all the... It's anything but what it really is. She doesn't like you because you're a monster. You're not even human. You're not even human. A human doesn't act like that, like you act. So, the Houston compound, by the way, the little kids getting raped, when they messed up my school, you can track delivery deadlines. They keep extending them because they keep getting caught. The more they try to hide the truth, the more they try to get a lie out there, the more truth we get. So every time, right around the time that I had school loan money coming, excess school loan money. So the loan people pay the school, and there's a little bit left over that I get, a couple $1,000s. Then I'm door dashing during this time. All of a sudden, I get a whole bunch of complaints with DoorDash because they're trying to get me deactivated, and they tell one of my professors, fail her. Don't grade her papers. Fail her. This professor deviated from every other professor in 4 years of college. 5 classes away from graduation. Mr. Perry, did I ask you what you think? I did not. Hey, stupid. You aren't asked what you think. No one cares. No one cares. He types in my other phone while I do these like he thinks it's a conversation. This is a recording. He could only know what I'm doing right now because he's a sick little peeping Tom. And he's a hacker. He cloned my phone. So he'll just type in both of them. I have more than that, but he'll type in my phone what, like he thinks this is a conversation or something. It's not a conversation, weirdo. Stop contacting me. I didn't ask you what you think. No one cares what you think. No one asked you, Connie. No one asked you. So that made one of his leaks so pissed off. The guy says, you die for talking about this. They will kill you dead. But we can't have him ruin her. And he's trying very hard to ruin her. And we just cannot have that. So I'm gonna talk about this. I've bit my tongue long enough. There's a house in Houston where they kidnapped some girls and they're holding them hostage. They raped them. They got them pregnant. They had some kids. They're pimping out the girls. They're pimping out the kids. That place smells like the sewer because those little kids are getting sodomized and they're shitting all over the floor. One of them was screaming bloody murder while he's getting raped. His mom was crying because she couldn't do none of us could do a damn thing to help that kid. And it was awful to have to listen to that. Big, fat, smelly pervert raping a baby. And that kid's screaming. And they told that kid, that mom, quit crying. He'll get used to it. We'll get him a toy. He'll get used to that. No one would ever get used to that. That is a violent offense. That is 0.1% of the population is a violent offender. That is a violent offense. 99.9% of the population is horrified by stuff like that. Guys like you get beat the fuck up in prison doing shit like that. They will beat you up. Oh, he hit a door. And believe me when I say, no one cares. I'm sorry. I get that there's all these civil rights. Oh, the poor prisoner, whatever. No one cares. I'm telling you, the truth is, no one gives a shit when guys like that get beat the fuck up in jail. No one cares. We don't want to hear it. Are you uncomfortable? How did that kid feel getting raped like that? How many times has he been raped? How many times have all those kids been raped? And that's your house, and that's where you want me to go. And I said, no, there's no fucking way. So you would have to hold me hostage. You're trying to arrange a false arrest. Is Judy Parker trying to help facilitate a kidnapping? Is she? Yes or no? Our guys are on that. How do I know she's involved in this? Kirkendall was involved. And why is it not in her court anymore? She didn't say what you wanted her to say, so you transferred it to Judy Parker's court. Judy Parker doesn't have jurisdiction when all the parties are in Oklahoma. You live in Oklahoma now. You've been in Oklahoma more than 90 days. You've told anybody that will listen that you refuse to leave. You refuse to go home to your family. That is expression of intent to stay. You're a resident of Oklahoma. So what jurisdiction does she have? We're all curious. We're like, what? But our prosecutor's like, she didn't have jurisdiction here at all. The injuries are in Oklahoma to you. Charles hadn't lost a thing. He didn't have his car wrecked 5 times. We can prove he did that. When we take him to jail and he has a criminal trial, we can prove he did that. Judy. Okay? He can come up here and lie all he wants. If we know Judy's involved, we can prove he did the wrecks. 5 of them. Every time they talk about we're going to tow her car. We're going to have her pulled over and have an officer tow it. Tell her there's a court order on it. It doesn't have to be true. Just tell her. There's a court order, tow order on it. Take her car away. Whatever we have to do to make her go be trafficked. Sit her down and tell her she just doesn't understand how this works. She does have to go. She can't stay in Oklahoma. And our guys are cracking up. They're all laughing at y'all. Oh my God. Wow. We're over here. Hello. And we're not TPD. We don't put up with this shit. And this is our witness, and our witness is going to be in our courtroom to testify against these people. And you don't get to mess with her, TPD. What's wrong with you? Why aren't you helping the good guys? Why are you helping the bad guys? It's very noticeable, by the way. How can it not be noticeable? You've mated me to death. Do you know that? Where were you stepping up for Mike Neely? Where were you? I've stepped up for Mike Neely. The guys helped me. They're the ones that found out he was drugged. We said it before anybody else said it. Where were you? Where were you? Law enforcement is to relieve suffering caused by a crime. Period. That's your one job. You don't meet or mate a victim of stalking and trafficking to death and say you're law enforcement. We don't even understand that. We don't understand that. No one understands that. Why in the hell would you do that? Just like the cops aren't helping me. Is this just like, is there something about stalking you just don't, you can't handle it or what? What is your problem? No one understands why you're doing what you're doing. I know that you guys sit around in your little meetings and you bullshit yourselves because we hear you. Outside of your meeting is everyone else. We don't understand why you're doing what you're doing or not doing what you should do. We don't understand you. It's pissing people off. Everyone is sick of the corruption. Do you understand? You can listen to me or not. I really don't care. We're getting the intel either way. We're getting the intel whether you understand a word I'm saying or not. And then y'all all run around going, how does she know about that? How did she find out about that? And then Matt Powell, did she get that by legal means? Mr. Powell, listen to me right now. You don't know how we got it. You don't know who got it. You don't know what quarters exist that allowed them to get it. They're broad because I'm in a lot of danger. There's exigent circumstances here. You ought to know that. You should know that. Okay? We're done with the puppets and the crayons. If you can't keep up with us, it's too bad. We're going to get the intel either way. Right now, you don't know how they get it. So don't run around saying she didn't get it by legal means because you don't know how they got it. And the other one is, it's not humanly possible for her to have that. And I guess some guy was like, well, I'm looking at it, so it is. It is. It's absolutely humanly possible because she has it. I'm looking right at it. The thing is, they're making sure you don't know how they got it. They're good at what they do. Does it make you uncomfortable? How's it feel when you're made to feel uncomfortable like you make all of us with your crime? Huh? We're all sick of it. People were sick of it before I came to Oklahoma because I had a conversation that led me to tell David Robertson in a text, listen, I'm not Wyatt Earp coming in to mop up. I don't want to know about this shit. I came here to get away from this and to be left alone. So quit bothering me with your crime. And then people are, finally somebody's here to make it stop. Oh my God, I really fucking did not come here for that. I really didn't. So you've been making people very uncomfortable for a very long time. Long before I got here. So don't whine and complain when somebody makes you feel uncomfortable. You ask for it. Because most of the time, everybody is normal. And they mind their own business. And they work and they live a productive life. And they don't sit on their fat, lazy, perverted asses all day bothering other people. Lucius. So now that you heard me, somebody's getting up your ass like you've gotten up other people. You invade other people's privacy, and when somebody invades yours, you cry and whine like a bunch of bitches. Don't dish it out if you can't take your own medicine. Be a man. Be a fucking man. Right? Your counterpart, mafia, whatever guy that my guys are working with right now said, what kind of man humiliates himself like this? To no avail and even to his own detriment for this long and for this amount of money. This is a lot of money to spend getting you guys intel. That's all they've done. This is a fuck ton of money to spend getting a cop intel that he's going to use to put these people in jail. This is unbelievably dumb. I don't even know what to say to this. I don't even know what to say to this. This kind of organization could be taken over in a heartbeat when they least expect it, because they're just stupid. They have spent this much money every day, all day long, getting you guys intel, sensitive information you don't want in the wrong hands. And my guy goes every day, all day long. They run around and piss everybody off. It's so easy, it is not even fair. Literally. The thing is they got a lot of people involved, and it seems like there's a new one popping up all the time. So then we got to get into that guy's shit and find out why is he in this? What is he going to get out of it? What's his background? All of that. What's he going to say on the phone to his, Anyway, so those kids in Houston. Okay, so here's the other thing about that is these kids are they Tim has the transponder. Okay, he's a pilot, and he told somebody he was going to kidnap me, and I'll just go get her. We're going to make her sign this affidavit lie. We're going to throw her on my plane. And the guy goes, but she's got these guys helping her. Nah, I'll turn off my transponder, and then they won't know where we took her. How many times have you done that? The FAA will ground your ass faster. Yeah. Does the FAA know what you do? How many times have you done that, Tim? I've not met Tim. Oh, I'm talking about Tim because it's fruit of the police investigation into human trafficking. Then they were talking about who else involved in talking? Who was talking that she's finding out everything? One of those guys said, maybe it's Joran Vandersloot. He made a false confession of killing Natalie Holloway. She's at that compound. We're all going, oh my God. Everybody thought she was dead. The fuck is that? It shocked us as much as, it shocked us. And the guys go, put something out that we're going to do an extraction maybe. So we did, and the next thing we know, they're all, oh my gosh, they're going to do an extraction. Does she remember who she is? She hasn't gone by Natalie Holloway for years. Now, we still haven't confirmed that. FBI Houston needs to confirm that. They need to go in there and find out who's in that compound. Where's the birth certificates? Where's the driver's license? Where's the IDs? Who has all that? And they're not getting educated. They don't have an education. Those kids don't. They're not going to school. Homeschool. Yeah, homeschool. You could fucking count. Let's count the times you shit on the carpet today, and there's your schooling. I'm not a fan of homeschool. I think it is bullshit. I think there's some parents that probably do it very, very well. So, and some parents that they're not doing anything. Homeschool. My kid can't read it, and he's fucking 13 because I homeschool. What is that? So they seriously need to get those kids out of that place. It's FBI Houston's responsibility, and they need to take care of it. So there's that. We know TPD listens to these. We know Judy Parker listens to these. We know, okay, so call FBI Houston and have them get those kids out of there. And, I think Mr. Perry told somebody, one of them, FBI George maybe, or FBI Keith, I think Keith's in Lubbock. Keith and George work for the FBI Lubbock in Oklahoma. So I believe he told them they're there of their own free will. Well, but they're not. And you're threatening to put me in jail, to sit me down and tell me you have to go. So do you really think they're there on their own free will? No. They're trying to make me go against my will. So they're not there on their own free will. Okay, so this is how the rest of the world sees whack jobs like y'all.
Leave me alone! Please!
Just talk to me for 2 minutes. First, let me say.
Right. These people are not hot. They're not sexy. They're repulsive and disgusting. Do you understand? You're not hot, Charles. You're not sexy. You're a fucking weirdo. And you repulse everybody. We get as a result of that. We are getting the help. You are getting told on. Okay? You're not hot and sexy. Nobody's in love with you. Nobody's trying to see you. You're sicko. You're sicko. You infuriate everybody because you're imposing your sicko on everybody else. And you don't get to do that.
And I'm happy that the lady in this video is okay. Second, let me break down what rape culture is. Rape culture is the fact that that man felt that he was entitled to some of this woman's time just because he said, let me talk to you for 2 minutes. It doesn't matter if it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. If she said no, no means no. Rape culture is the comments that she has on her video about how she should have just spoke to him or dressed differently. Rape culture is me taking the heat for calling out other men for their terrible behavior. Rape culture is trying to explain stuff as, oh, it's just locker room talk. No, it's not locker room talk. You should talk the same way wherever you are. We all know that rape is not about sex, it's about power. So for you to force yourself on somebody, even if you're just talking to them, is disgusting, dude.
That's okay. I don't care. Leave me alone. All you want. I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone.
Hey, men, leave women the fuck alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them, especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to. But even when they're not, unless a woman is giving you enthusiastic and continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumb ass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay? It's not clever. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior. And you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public. It doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her. And you need to leave her alone. And this is Bacon.
I don't. Stop stalking me. Please, I can't live here anymore because you stalked me. That's why I moved.
Just
leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No, 0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you guys. I don't ever want to hear your voice to you. Please, God bless you, but please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Please stop following me.
You won't call the cops.
Stop.
She did call the cops. They wouldn't help. Do you trust if you call the police they will show up and do their job for you? That was in the movie City of Lies, Russell Poole, because Russell Poole did the job. But you know what? A lot of cops don't. More and more, to the point where people want you gone. Defund them. We can't defund the police, but the bad ones are ruining it for the good ones. And you don't get to do that. Okay? You don't. We're telling you now, please stop. So that we don't have another defunding police and it ruins it for everybody. Please don't do that. Please don't get another cop killed. Okay? We didn't think that was cute. It upset everybody. Why aren't you upset? It should upset you. Everybody, there's other cops all over the country appalled. What the hell's wrong with TPD? What the hell's wrong with TPD? I don't understand this. Okay, do you understand people talk behind your back? They're talking to our guys. They're appalled. The TPD is meter maiding me to death and got a cop killed. Because you didn't prosecute obstruction of justice and destruction of evidence. You didn't help a stalking victim. You didn't do your job. Why? Why the hell would you not do your job? Who's paying you? If we start looking into your money, where's it coming from? You got buying stuff that doesn't fit into your income? Are you working for Charles? The best you can do in your career in law enforcement is be the bitch of a sex weirdo? Please tell me that's not the case. Show up and do your job. Quit meter maiding me to death. Everyone knows that's what you're doing. Everyone knows it. It's not a secret. Tonight, I was supposed to be pulled over because Judy wants this result this week. Somebody said, is that true or not true? Is that good intel or bad intel? You tell us. We don't want to lie or anything. You tell us.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Please.
Just talk to me for 2 minutes and I'll leave you alone.
Oh, my God.
See, this is how people end up on Lifetime. This is how people get hurt and stabbed, and then you want to say that the woman is crazy because she was the one walking down the street in whatever clothes that she was wearing. If a woman tells you to leave her alone and they're constantly walking away from you, that is your cue to back the hell up, turn around, and talk it up. She does not want to deal with you. And no, she does not have to give you an explanation. And no, she does not even have to give you 5 seconds of anybody's damn time, because you cannot control your primal feelings from your testosterone running through your veins till you see something pretty that you think you're supposed to have. Leave her alone.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me alone. All you want. I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone.
Hey, men, leave women the fuck alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them, especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to. But even when they're not, unless a woman is giving you enthusiastic and continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumbass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay? It's not clever. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior. And you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care.
All right, let me explain this to you. In this country, we have a civilized society. Do you get that or not? Civilized. In order to keep a civilized society, we do not tolerate deviant conduct. There are laws that protect women like me and the people at the compound in Houston from your deviancy. Those laws are not being enforced, and they should be. So I remembered the guy's name from FBI Lubbock is Keith Quigley. So he listens to these, I guess. FBI George and those guys here in Tulsa listen to him because you run around acting like you're a victim. So I'm hoping that they're getting FBI Houston fully engaged in getting those people out of the compound in Houston. They're hostages. They are not there of their own free will. Mr. Perry is trying to again perpetrate a fraud upon the court in order to get me in custody so he can go. He's told people, I can't run for office. I can't announce my candidacy. I can't hold any fundraisers until she's in jail and I get my smear campaign and she signs my affidavit lie and I get her delivered and we sit her down and tell her, you have to go. This is how human trafficking works. You don't have a choice. And I'm like, oh, fuck you. I absolutely do. I have help you can't get to. Tell me that to my face. No, not through a false arrest. Just walk up to me and say, you have to go, and watch what happens. Oh my gosh, he just typed in my phone, you do have to go. No, I do not. You're caught, you're told on, we're getting help, you're getting told on. You're not all there. Look at what is happening. We quote you every day. I don't know Lucius. I don't know Calvin. I don't know Blankenship. I don't know Desiree. I don't know Sonjay. I don't know Beverly. Name one of my guys. Oh, yeah, you can't. Quote one of our meetings. You can't. You're running around going, how'd she find out about that? How do I know you're in Judge Parker's court? How do I know about the Houston compound? How did she find out about that? You're not all there. Stupid. It's so funny. People laugh at you. Oh, my God. That you're that mentally slow. That you're not looking at what we're getting the help. People hate your guts. You're getting told on. People hate your guts. You creep everybody out, and you're making people uncomfortable, and you're making people sick at their stomach. You're breaking the law. You're being stopped. Dum-dum. What planet are you on? What planet are you fucking on? Delusional. The guy said, you don't like it that she finds out before? No, we don't like that. And it's been going on like this for 10 years? Yeah. Okay, well, she said that you're making people uncomfortable. Crime tends to make people uncomfortable. And until you get a grip on reality, it'll happen again tomorrow. Her people are very methodical. They're very calculated. They're very strategic. They do their research or they don't do anything. And so they understand what people want, and it is not what you're doing. You deviant fucks. So, until you get that, it'll happen again tomorrow and the next day after. It's been that way 10 years. How slow can you be? How slow can you be? When they did the first false arrest, these guys tell me, you poked a bear. You don't want to poke the bear. And I looked at, some guy came into my club. A lot of people told me that, but some guy came into my club one night and said that to me. And I looked at him and I go, I absolutely want to poke the bear. You know why? Because everyone's running around saying there is no bear. And I'm like, really? Well, here's what I'm going to do. Because most people might go, oh, okay, and cower. And I'm like, I'm going to poke the fuck out of that bear. And I'm going to get him flailing around and kicking shit over and scratching up everything and shitting everywhere, so I can go, there is absolutely a bear. See? Look what the bear did. Things are different when you do it to me, you stupid little fuck. How embarrassing that you don't get that. It's different when you do it to me. You get caught. You get caught the more you try to make your lie work. It's different when you do it to me, you stupid fuck. Do you not understand what people say? You gotta understand what people say, or you can't run for dog catcher, and everybody's sick of repeating themselves for you. How embarrassing, Huntington's disease. It's not gonna get better, it will get worse. You're making a fool of yourself. You look like a fucking buffoon. The stuff you say. It's like somebody was I don't want him running for office. You know why? Because all the weirdo shit he comes up to Oklahoma and says, he's going to get in a debate or a media interview, and he's going to say it because he's going to forget where he is. He's got a mental illness. He's got a mental impairment. He'll embarrass everybody, believe me. He does it now. So he's going to get on a stage in the middle of a debate and throw a fit like a 2-year-old little brat, like he does in Oklahoma every time you say something he doesn't like. He doesn't have any filters left. He's got a disease, and it won't get better. It'll get worse. So you want him to blurt out people's names on a stage when somebody, because he forgets where he is, or in the middle of a media interview? Do you really want that? I think he can't run for office. I think he's too impaired. I'm sorry, but he can't pull that off. Not now. How do I know you're in front of Judy Parker? How do I know Judy Parker called up here and said, I want this resolved this week, pull her over? Again, meter made her to death. Huh? How do I know that? How do I know you've run around telling everybody who will listen, I'm going to put her back in jail. I'll just find something. Because I need to sit her down and go, you have to be trafficked. And I'm telling you, fuck you. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And if you get anywhere near me, your balls are in your brain that fast. And you know I can do that. I'll kick the shit out of you. I hate you that much. I hate you that much. Everyone does. We get the help. You get told on. That's the result of what you're doing. We get the help. We're getting information no one else has. You're getting told on. You don't have our names, and you're not quoting our meetings. Do not get that mixed up, sir. Don't get that mixed up, you stupid fuck. Don't get it mixed up, sir. Don't get it mixed up. You're confused all the time. I don't care what you think. Nobody asked you. And you never shut up. You never shut up. You go at me all day. No one asked you what you think, Connie. And you never shut up. I moved 2 times to never again have to hear what you think. And nobody understands why you think I want to hear that. I don't. I don't care. We're all sick of hearing you talk. Everybody's sick of you. And you're not getting that. We get the help. You get told on. Stupid. You're so stupid. It's embarrassing me. It embarrasses the hell out of me.
Hey, men. Leave women the
This right here, you should just know, sir. Get some dignity.
fuck alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them, especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to. But even when they're not, unless a woman is giving you enthusiastic and continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumb ass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay? It's not clever. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior. And you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public. It doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her. And you need to leave her alone. And this is Bacon.
What does that say? Can you read still? That says, in 2022, July 2022. He's going to get her family to kidnap her. You tried to get my ex-husband to do it, didn't you? Yeah. See, the more you try to lie, the more you try to perpetrate a lie and a fraud, the more truth we get. Who said this? Did we get it through legal means? Matt? I don't know. See, until you know how we get it and who's getting it, you need to shut the hell up. It's, you don't get to know that until you go to court. When you go to court, you feel free to challenge everything they got, okay? In the meantime, you're under investigation, sir. Comply with the law like everybody else, okay? Then you won't have anything to worry about. Look at this. What does this say? Charles, when you type in my phone, we always get stuff like this. Every time you contact me, you bitch, we get more. I don't want to hear it. I'm repeating again for you, Mr. Mental Slow. Look at that. That's from several years ago. This is in July 2022. Look at this. Look at that. Every time you contact me, we all get pissed off. I don't want to hear it. No one understands why you think I want to hear from you. Stupid. I don't want to hear it. We're all sick of hearing it. So we got all that. Every time you contact me, every day you invade my privacy, every penny you take, I lose an eyelash because of you, we get more. You're getting told on, we get the information. Look at that. Okay? Results of what you do all fucking day with your time, loser. Get a life, Charles. Get a fucking life. You're so boring. Look at that. How many emails are about getting me pulled over? Meter mating me to death. Let's take the victim of stalking and human trafficking and voyeurism and illegal access and use of her electronic device and a smear campaign and slander and defamation and witness tampering and attempted murder and assault and battery with a deadly weapon, by the way, and perjury, and let's meter mate her to death, and then we'll call ourselves law enforcement officers. Yeah, that's not flying in some other places. Nobody will help you either, will they? You're calling around too. Is it you? Are you helping stop the crime? Is it you? Nobody will help. They won't tell you shit, will they? No, they're appalled. A lot of guys are appalled. There's a lot of talk about how brave I am. I'm going to tell you something else. Everybody's sick and tired of the whining and the nagging and the whining and the nag. So some guys, like, if you go into her work and you talk to her and you know what she's going through, these guys are trying to traffic her. They're trying to kill her. They've taken everything she has. They watch her in the privacy of her house. How gross that they're doing that to her, violating her in her home like that. How sick and twisted. Sometimes she can't eat. They took everything she has, everything she worked for. They'll ruin it if it's good. She lost her whole fucking family. And if you walk into her work and you know she's going through all this horrible stuff, you don't hear a word about it from her. We know about it because of them. They talk about it. Look what we can do and get away with. Look what we can do and get away with. All us guys can pick on a girl. Look what we can do and get away with. Yeah. But you walk up to her and you would never know anything's wrong. She's very pleasant. She's very friendly. She's very happy. She's very peaceful. And you would know she's going through all that. She doesn't talk about it. She doesn't whine about it. Charles, shut the fuck up. Did I ask you what you think? I did not. You shut the fuck up. All of these we got. Every time you contact me, we get more. So, I don't want to hear from you. I don't give a fuck what you think. You don't even make sense. Why? No one understands why you think I care what you think. Did we ask you, Connie? No, we did not. You're a butt-in. You need to mind your own business. You're pathetic. Okay? I don't like you. No one does. We get the information. You get told on. So, the guy said, if you walk into her work, I know what she's going through because they told me. But if you talk to her, she doesn't even mention it. She doesn't talk about it. There's no whining. There's no complaining. There's no woe is me. You wouldn't know she's going through anything. She doesn't look all downtrodden. She looks a little, you can tell she's been through some stuff as compared to what she used to look like. You can tell he didn't feed her. He didn't let her eat. Who the fuck does that? What kind of? That's that is awful. I can't imagine. I cannot fucking imagine. But if you walk up and you talk to her, you'd never know she's going through the stuff she's going through. You'd never know. So I'm impressed with her courage. I'm extremely impressed with her courage. And these guys and their whining and their nagging, I don't even want to hear it. I don't even want to hear it anymore. So when you want, you want to know what people think, what they really think, and what they say behind your back, that's what they really think, and that's what they say behind your back. You stupid fucks. So we get the help, you get told on. Since 2021, you've been trying to get my driver's license. None of those people at the compound have IDs. Those kids do not exist on paper. There's no birth certificates. Kids that are getting raped, little baby souls. Soul is sacred ground. If you do this to the least of these, you've done this unto me. If you cause a little one to be to sin or to be hurt, it is better for you, not the kid, for you, to have a millstone be hung around your neck and you be thrown into the sea where you die. Their angels are constantly before the Father. Jesus said that. Jesus, the Son of God. Aren't you guys Christians? Don't you run around telling everybody that you're a bunch of super Christians, Matt, Mr. Powell? That you're Jesus walking on water, pretty much Christian Republican, happily married, family man, blah, blah, blah. That's a load of crap. If that's really what you are, Mr. Powell, then prove it by what you do and the way you live your life, because I'm not seeing it. I'm seeing you as being an accessory. There's a lot of stuff, we get it, you're not in it. We get it. But you're trying to cover it up. You're trying to cover it up, too. You're an accessory after the fact. We understand that what happened with Mike and Lucky, that you were the only one that didn't know before. But you've tried to cover it up. And you've done nothing to help Mr. Neely get home to his family. He's not the guy that killed Lucky. He didn't do it. There's no way. Because you can't be found drugged and unconscious and treated with Narcan, not from being in a fight. He's not unconscious from being in a fight. That's not what they treated him for. They treated him with Narcan for drug overdose, and he had not a mark on him. How did that happen? How do you beat someone to death so hard that their head becomes decapitated internally? He died of blunt force trauma to the head, internal decapitation, and strangulation. How does a guy who's dying of opioid overdose, unconscious, in respiratory distress, dying, do that and end up with an auto mark on him? It isn't possible. There's no way. And since 2019, Officer Manford, police officer Michael Neely, has sat in jail for something there's no fucking way he could have done. There was not enough evidence for probable cause to make an arrest, much less get a conviction. And had I testified to the jury, he'd be home right now, and everyone knows it. And you've retaliated against me. And so we get stuff like this. Okay? Lucius, you get told on, we get the help. Why might that be? Why is it different when you do it to me? Why is it different when you do the crime to me? Charles, shut up. He's still typing in my phone. I didn't even know it's... Sometimes if I stop everything and say shut up, he will. Sometimes he won't. Sometimes he just keep rambling on. Is it Lucius? Is it David? I'm not told who your leaks are, fucktard. How many times do I got to tell you that? I wouldn't help you if I did know. I want you to shut up and get away from me. Okay? Stop bothering me. Stop bothering me. I want you to shut up and get away from me. Stop bothering me. You fucktard. Get away from me. Get out of my phone. Shut up and get away from me. Alright, Judge Parker. Judy. I used to be friends with Judy. How do we know there's something in front of your court? Fruit of the investigation into Charles Perry and David Robertson and Lucius and all those guys and their weirdo problem. Their sex offending, whatever. Okay, here's the thing. I can say allegedly or not. Based on what I know, what I've heard you guys talking about in police recordings, what I know, I believe you to be pedophiles. I believe you to be cop killers. I believe you to be sex offenders. And it's my opinion, and in this country, the same as people can say, oh, I think O.J. Simpson killed Nicole. I can say, I think you're cop killers. I think you're pedophiles. I think you're sex offenders. I think you're human traffickers. I think you're voyeurs. I think you're sickos. And fuck you. Okay? I get to do that. Go call your mommy. No one cares about your... Everybody's sick of your whining, and I'm the victim. No, you're not. You're not. Okay, so this says, when I was in jail, they told me they want to push you before the Supreme Court as a test case. Justice Scalia is not going to help them out. He ended up dead in West Texas while you guys were planning all that. What are the chances? Y'all like using poison and let's switch out people's pills and crap. Yeah, and then William O'Ritchie, who was a murder cop out of Washington, D.C., started questioning why wasn't protocol followed when Justice Scalia died. He's a United States Supreme Court judge, and protocol wasn't followed when he died. Why? What happened? What are they hiding? What are they hiding? Because had he died in D.C., I promise you, there would have been great care with protocol being followed to investigate his death. And that didn't happen in West Texas. It's not that he died just anywhere or at any time. He died right there in West Texas where we all were, right then, while you're planning. We're going to perpetrate a fraud on the highest court in the land. We're going to send her home, harass the shit out of her, have her meter mated to death, wreck her car, try to take her car, get her fired, ruin her career, blah, blah, blah. And then when she complains about it, we'll say she's harassing us. We'll lie. And everybody in that jail was talking about it, Mr. Powell, that you were corrupt. How come he is out there doing this crap to you and I'm in here? They don't respect you, Mr. Powell. They don't respect you because of that. So it was all over the jail, and they're telling me, get rid of your phone. He's gonna tweet from your phone. You know what? I turn my phone off when I go to sleep. You know why? Because normally, I didn't used to. I don't know what they're tweeting from my phone. I heard there's an Instagram account I've never seen. Lucius, you do that. Yeah, you're something. Okay, and so I've told people about it from long ago. They want to use me as a test case and lie in a court. Oh, they lie in court? Big surprise there. We're all shocked and dismayed. Who knew they would do that? They do it all the time. It's like a habit for them. So Judge Kirkendall says, I think that this is true, and I need you to leave her alone so I can rule out entrapment and provocation, because it looks like this is true. It looks like you're just doing what the email says. Yeah, and Judy Parker wants me pulled over and all this resolved by Friday. Okay, duly noted for the record. That is fruit of the investigation into Charles Perry's organized crime, which I believe him to be a sex offender, a pedophile, and a cop killer. A lot of cops don't like cop killers, Mr. Perry, TPD. Okay? Why would you think they would? Are you stupid or something? Okay, look at this, Judge Parker. We documented this a long time ago. Just because you want to forget we have the email doesn't make the email go away. We've heard you guys talking about going on a delete-a-thon. We've heard you guys talking about what can we do to cover this up. And the more you try to make it a lie work, the more truth we get. Because we heard you talking about a delete-a-thon. You guys like altering and tampering with evidence, don't you? Yep. Duly noted for the record. This was the first one. I'm going to false arrest her and try to bribe her and entice her and threaten her and harass her using taxpayer dollar resources to perpetrate a fraud upon a court and kidnap a woman and then set her down and go, you have to be trafficked. And I'm like, yeah, I actually don't. How did I get this email? Right here. Right here, you should have known things were different. Who gave me that? That's inside information on your criminal organization. We quoted a meeting. Stupid. Are you stupid or what? I mean, what's your deal? What's your problem? This was from almost 10 years ago. We quote you every day. We're naming your people. You can't quote one meeting of ours, yet you can't name one guy, and you act like you think it's the other way around, delusional. Stop acting like that. Stop acting stupid. Stop. You need to control yourself, too, by the way. Okay, so, I mean, we got it right here, Judy. It's not going to go away just because you guys have a meeting and go, let's pretend it doesn't exist. It does exist, Judy. You need to read it, and you need to duly note it for the record. Mr. Perry just contacted me again. He hadn't shut up this whole time I've been doing this. Is Judy a leak? He just asked me. I'm not told who your leaks are, fucktard. I wouldn't help you if I was. Get away from me. Get away from me. How many times have I repeated myself? I'm not told who leaks are. I wouldn't help him if I did know that. I'm not told who leaks are. I wouldn't help you if I did know that. I'm not told who leaks are. I wouldn't help you if I did know. Did I repeat myself enough for you, mental slow? Write it down. Stop bothering me. Ask your attorney questions. Don't bother me. Don't ask me again. I'm not told who your leaks are. I will never help you. I will never help you. You're pissing me off. Stop asking me who leaks are. He does it every day, all day long. I shit you not. I'm trying to do something else. He starts asking me questions about, you're gonna go. We're gonna get you. I'm gonna make you go. We're a couple. No, we're not. You're a delusional whack job. We're not a couple. I can't stand you. People are getting frustrated with you. There's no evidence of a political vendetta at all. They've been seen together as a happy couple anywhere ever. So he's imagining a political vendetta and that they're a couple. And there's not evidence of either one. And then he goes around telling us there's no cops, but there is evidence that there's cops. This guy's a nuttier than a fruitcake and has no idea how nutty he is. I'm sick of talking to him. He's wasting my time. Yeah. Okay, so that's what this is. You mean you don't like her finding out before? No. Okay, well, it's been that way 10 years, right? Yeah. Okay, nothing's going to change until you get a grip on reality. Here's the thing. Her people are smart. They're doing their research. And their research is showing them nobody likes what Charles is doing. They don't like it. They want him stopped. They're getting help. You're getting told on. This is not hard. There's laws in place to protect us from crime, Judy. The crime of stalking, the crime of trafficking, the crime of murder, the crime of attempted murder, the crime of voyeurism, the crime of illegal access and use of my electronic device. Right? Okay, so what is your problem? Those laws are to protect me from deviants like Charles Perry. You don't know what the hell you're doing, but if I know you're involved, then that is fruit of an investigation into Charles. Right? Is it not? And you people, Lucius, Calvin, Geppetto, Bencor, Bruce, Oscar, all of you, if I have your name, if you're not shitting yourself, you're just not all there. I've not met you that I know of. I've not met you that I know of. So what does it mean that I have your name? You don't have our guys' names. They will not give you the time of day. You'll meet them when they arrest you. Okay? They'll meet you when they arrest you. What he said to you is, don't invade her privacy. Don't contact her or her family. And she better not be broke. Get your hands out of her wallet. And quit causing problems that cost her money and time. Quit doing it. And after that is when we got your names. Because you thought you had a choice. After that, we find out you sold me to Larry, the Houston realtor. After that, we found out about the Houston compound. The worse the problem is that you make for me, the more information we get. Because you're pissing people off. You make everybody very uncomfortable. So when we quote you, does that make you uncomfortable? Let's hope so. Why don't you take the medicine you're dishing out? Okay? Act like grown-ass men. Gosh, all those guys do is whine and complain. You go into whine and nag and complain and act like they're victims. All these guys trying to make one woman fail. It is unbelievable. And you go into her place where she works and you talk to her and you wouldn't have any idea what she's going through all this crap. You wouldn't know. She's kind, she's friendly, and she didn't talk about it. She didn't whine about it. She didn't complain about it. She didn't look all beat down and worried and stressed. Just goes in there and does her thing. I'm here to collect as much intel as I can collect and do my fucking job. Things you've not seen before, right? Didn't you say that? We've not seen this before? Yeah, I'm Chief Hall's granddaughter, by the way. Alright, so we got all that. Now, today we get this. This was quite a thing here. You remember, you're not quoting our meetings, we're quoting yours. Okay? Don't get that mixed up, stupid. All of this today. Fruit. This is what he said. Can you not read? Because he says it and then he shows you. Mr. Perry. What he said is, you want me to call you back, bitch? Stop offering her bribes. And stop threatening her with a false arrest and murder and all this stuff, the income loss, and I'm going to get you fired and all that stuff. You shut up. You give back what you took. You fix what you broke and you get the hell out of her life. Or I'm going to do it for you. We're cops. That's what we do. You make a problem for her, I'm going to make 20 for you. Is it a problem that we have all this? Is that a problem for you? Because what we do is we make problems for criminals. That's what we do. We're cops. We enjoy that, by the way. We're good at it, too, by the way. You've not seen this before. Okay, so you're poking a bear. Our bear is actually bigger than your bear. You don't want to poke the bear. That's what the guy told me comes into my work. Ma'am, you don't want to poke the bear. I looked at him and I go, I absolutely want to poke the bear, and I'm going to poke it hard. You know why? Because everyone's running around and going, there's no bear. So I'm going to poke the fuck out of the bear. Because when I poke the fuck out of the bear, he's going to react. And he's going to start flailing around. And he's going to start knocking things over and scratching everywhere and throwing a fit like a 2-year-old. And then I'm going to go, look, there is a bear. See what he did? His criminal excrement is all over the place. Smell that? Stinks, doesn't it? There's a bear. He's right there. I know exactly what I'm doing, and I'm really good at it. You're seeing things you've not seen before. Yep. I'm not a cop, but I'm something. I'm on the team. We're doing things you've not seen before. Until they get a grip the fuck on reality, every time you contact me, we get more. You make a problem for me, they make 20 for you. Stupid. You're not wanted. Nobody's trying to hold your hand. You're a repulsive piece of trash. You're not hot. You're not sexy. I don't think you're hot. I don't think you're sexy. I think you're disgusting, creepy fuck. Weirdest of the weird. Okay? There's not a relationship there. If it's not real for both people, it's not real at all. You're delusional. You're making a fool of yourself, all the stuff you say. Okay? I don't like you. I moved 2 times to get away from you. I don't like anything about you. You're not good enough for me. I don't do guys who peep. Never gonna happen. If there was nothing else, there's that. And I fucking don't do canned food, guy. Never gonna go out with a guy that does canned food. It's not gonna happen. I'm never gonna go out with a guy who peeps. You repulse me, you deviant fuck. You repulse me. You're a job. You're a job. And that's it. And that's all. Read that and get a grip on reality. Because he said it in September. You don't like that she finds out before? It's going to happen again tomorrow until delusional gets a grasp on reality. He's pissing people off. He's making people uncomfortable. They're talking about it. Okay? She's the Katniss or whatever. She's the thing that's making it stop. Everybody wants it stopped. Or that wouldn't happen. Her and her people are making it stop. All this uncomfortable shit, they're making it stop. So they're getting the help you're getting told on. And until you get a grasp on that, it's going to keep happening. It'll happen tomorrow, the next day, and the next day after. And sure as shit it has. Stupid. You're something. We're getting the help you're getting told on. We get the help you get told on. We get the help you get told on. We get the help you get told on. Day after day, we got to say the same thing to you. We say it, then we show you. We say it, then we show you. We say it, then we show you. And you're so stupid. It's 10 years of this. It's 10 years of this. And you still don't get it. People don't like what you're doing. People are uncomfortable with what you're doing. You're horrifying everybody with what you're doing. They want you to stop it. Okay? I've said that to you over and over and over and over and over. And if you can't keep up and people got to repeat themselves for you and you still don't get it, you can't be governor. You can't be a dog catcher. You can barely wipe your ass by yourself. You know, we're all tired of that. You were not invited to Oklahoma. I came to Oklahoma to get away from you. So, because you're dumb and you don't get it, nobody likes what you're doing. Stop it. We're getting the help. You're getting told on. Because our guys are going to put a stop to it since you can't seem to do it by yourself like a big boy. Now, let me back up a little bit. When the guy said, give back what you took, fix what you broke, and get the fuck out of her life, that was in response to Mr. Perry's threats and bribes. I'm going to kidnap you. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to false arrest you. I'm going to get you fired. I'm going to ruin you. Or take the bribe and lie for me. And my guy said, this was all in March 2020, at no time did she ever have to lie for you, you sick fuck. How dare you? At no time does Cyndi have to lie for you, you sick fuck. You got a lot of nerve. Delusional. Here's what you can do if you want to talk to us and you want to work something out. You took a lot of money from her. Give it back to her. You broke a lot of things in her life. Fix it. And get the fuck out of her life. Because if you don't, we're cops. We're going to get a bunch of information. We're going to build a criminal case against you, and we'll do it for you, okay? Your choice right now is you can do it or I'm going to do it for you. But at no time does she ever have to lie for you, the sick son of a bitch that you are. At no time does she have to lie for you. And how dare you ask? How dare you ask? You low-life scum. How dare you ask? You want us to call you and work something out, show some remorse, give back what you took, and get out of her life. Get away from her. Because that's what she asked you to do. Comply with the laws and get away from her. And act like a fucking man. And you said no, and he said, fine, suit yourself. And after that, we got this. Lucius, Calvin, Geppetto, Blankenship, Desiree, Sanjay, Beverly, Andrew, James, Ruben, Lawrence, Richard, Dickie, Gabe, Jacob, Greg, Tim, Larry, Bencore, Oscar, Bruce, Damien, and Bethany. Name one of my guys. Oh, yeah, you can't. Quote one of their meetings. Oh, yeah, you can't, but we got this. Do not mix that up. Do not mix it up. You look like a fucking fool with what you're doing. It's embarrassing. Because the way you see yourself is not the way everybody else sees you. Outside of your little weirdo club where y'all sit around and bullshit each other is everybody else who is horrified and repulsed by you. We get the help. That's the evidence of it. The evidence that everybody is repulsed and horrified by is right here. Okay? We're getting the help. You're getting told on. Everybody's sick of you and they want you to fucking cut it the hell out. Cut it the fuck out. Do not contact me again. I don't want to hear from you. I don't care what you think. I did not ask you. And you mind your own fucking business, you bitch. Mind your own business. So there will come a day when you have these guys that got me this, they'll decide where you live and what you eat. Okay? They'll decide whether or not you take a cold shower or a hot shower. They'll decide for you the way you've tried to do to me. And we'll see if you can take the medicine that you dished out. Okay? They're going to put you in jail with all this. We've expressed our intent. We got the information. We own it. We decide what we're going to do with it, not you. Okay? We own it. We got it. We decide. Our guys won't dignify you with a phone call until you act like you understand what they say. They're not going to let you waste hours of their time repeating what he's already said. Get the fuck out of her life and stop tampering with my witness. Stop it. Stop bullying people. Stop asking people, you're going to help us with our crime, and don't get caught by the people who are catching our crime more than anybody else in our entire lives. Our entire old fart, lame ass lives. Don't get caught by them, okay? No stress, no pressure. Yeah, people don't like problems, and they don't like stress, and they don't like being creeped out by you. And that's all you do. You walk around creeping everybody out, making everybody want to barf. You're a deviant. People don't like deviants, okay? They don't like you. This right here is evidence of that. The judge wants her pulled over and this resolved by Friday. Judge Parker, you know how we have that? This is evidence people do not like what you're doing. They like what we're doing. You get told on, we get the help. 10 years of that. 10 years of it. I don't care what you think. Nobody understands what you think I do. You think I do, or you wouldn't constantly tell me what you think. So, because you guys sit around and go, she can't live here. She can't live in New Mexico. She can't have more than this amount of money. There's about to be a day where somebody's going to be deciding, somebody else besides you will be deciding where you live, whether or not you have a cellmate, who that cellmate is, whether or not you get a cold shower or a hot shower, whether or not you get to eat, and what you get to eat. And we'll see if you like taking the medicine you dish out. Oh, you got $100 on your commissary? That's funny, it all just disappeared. Now there's nothing. Oh well. Poor you. That's the kind of shit you do to me. Okay, don't dish it out if you can't take it. God isn't mocked, you reap what you sow. Don't dish it out if you can't take it. And sure as shit, don't run around whining about how you're a victim, because that didn't set well with people. Believe me, we've heard about a lot of compliments. We go in her work, these guys whine and nag like a bunch of girls. It is, I don't even know, I can't stand hearing it. I can't stand it. And you go into her work, and we know exactly how horrible they're being to her. We know exactly every crappy thing they're putting her through. We know it. But you don't hear it from her. You hear it from them. Look what we can do and get away with. Really? But she quotes you every day, so I'm sorry, but I don't think you're getting away with shit. But you go ahead and bullshit yourself all you want. Have at it. Have the fuck at it. And then we go into her work, and she acts like everything's fine. You'd never know. She's going through what she's going through. I don't know how she does it. I really don't. Smile on her face, doesn't complain, doesn't talk about it. Friendly to everybody, does her job. I mean, you'd never know. When you're talking to her, you would know that she's going through what she's going through. You wouldn't have any idea that he took everything she owned, that he has completely ruined her career. We heard that she told my cousin Craig, we shut down her medical supply. We need her. We don't want to run it off with a doctor. We shut it down. We need her in a strip club because we want to groom her for being trafficked. You didn't tell him that part. We want her in a strip club because we want to groom her for being trafficked. What she told him was, we shut her medical down. We shut it down. We can't have her running off with a doctor. We need her in a strip club. And he was not sure exactly why the fuck. Now he knows, right? Somebody said her family has some responsibility, because I'm going to tell you something. If somebody did this to me, showed up at my house like this, like he did to, I mean, I don't even know what the fuck is that. What a weirdo. What a fucked up weird thing to do. I have a female relative, and what I would have said is, she's telling us that you're stalking her. She's our family. You're a stranger. You get off my property until she brings you. And I don't want to hear from you again. And that would have nipped this in the bud from the beginning. Because Charles has put her and her whole family through hell. And now she won't even talk to her family. They had her sitting in a fucking Walmart parking lot by herself, living in her car. Charles did that to her. Charles did that to her. What a horrible piece of shit. And they're having him over for dinner. Not her, him. So they're just as bad. And now she won't even talk to her. She won't have anything to do with her family. I don't know who the fuck does shit like that to your own family. Because like I said, I have a female relative, and had somebody come around my house, like Charles went around them, and did what he did to her behind her back like that, and her family betrayed her. That's not what I would have done. What I would have said is, she's family. You're a stranger. Get off my property until she brings you over. And don't come back here again. And don't call me. Don't call me. Don't call any of my family. You stay away from us. All of us. But her family did not have the dignity to do that. And they went behind her back, and they had him over for dinner while she slept in a parking lot and didn't eat for days. And I don't know who the fuck is that horrible. That is a horrible thing to do. Absolutely horrible, disgusting thing for them to do to her. So I think she's better off without him. I agree with that woman, the first woman that said that. She's better off not having that in her life. That is the most disgusting. I would never do that to my relative. I have a female relative. There's no fucking way I would have done that to her, ever. So I don't have any respect for her family. I don't think most people do. I don't even know who the fuck does something like that. That is, I don't even know what to say. Wouldn't happen to my family, that's for sure. So some of your shit you pulled is backfired on you, just so you know. We spent all that time and money grooming her family to help us traffic her, to help us commit our crime. And now all that did is she found out. She wasn't supposed to find out she was trafficked. She wasn't supposed to find out there's an affidavit lie that we want her to sign under duress, under great duress, by force. She wasn't supposed to know that we were talking to her family. There was supposed to be this big surprise sprung on her. But she found out, and now she's pissed at her family, and so we can't use them to gaslight her like we planned. We get the help, and you get told on, and that's because nobody likes what you're doing. So we got all that today. Every time Charles contacts me, every day he invades my privacy, every time he takes my money or causes a problem, we find out more because you're pissing people off. You're pissing people off with a lot of power, by the way. Power to stomp you like a fucking little bug. One of your guys says when Charles pesters Cyndi and when he takes her money, things don't go well for us. We're seeing things happen we've not seen before. And right now I feel like this thing, we don't even know who this is. I feel like they're flicking at us right now. And when they stand up and crush us, I don't want to be anywhere near Charles Perry. And I can tell you that's what's going to happen. They're flicking at us right now. This is just flicking. We're seeing things we've not seen before, ever. So, but Charles isn't all there, so he'll dig his hole deep, and then they'll bury him in it. The thing is, though, I'm not going in that with him. I'm not going down that rabbit hole with him. I think he's senile. I think he can't make a good decision to save his life. I think he's a nuttier than a fruitcake. So I'm done with this. And there's that. Okay, so there was a big question, as there are many. Why did Judge Payne, also from Lubbock, federal court judge in Tulsa, not hold an immediate hearing when I filed a motion for an injunctive order and this recording here? Why did he not hold an immediate hearing? There's too many ex parte hearings where I'm not there, and there's too many times where there should have been a hearing and there was not. And that was discussed tonight. Also, the bond conditions. Perry agrees to leave Cyndi alone. He's admitted he's bothering her, and he's agreed to leave her alone. And then but what happened instead is after that, he is always in Oklahoma. He refuses to leave, and he's developed a relationship with her family. They've shoved her out of their lives, and he's in their life. That's not exactly keeping an agreement to leave her alone. So why is he doing that? Why is he doing that? That's a weird thing to do. Why is he not in Lubbock with his family? Why is he not in Lubbock campaigning? He said, listen to this, the police helping me got him, saying, until she's arrested and signs my lie, I can't announce my candidacy, and I can't even hold the fundraiser. I've got to have her lie. I have to have her lie. I have to have my smear campaign. And then we're going to go, well, but we told you, there is a McNamara email. There is a Judge Kirkendall email, and they do exist. They've been out there. Everybody's seen it. You can pretend it's not there. It is still there. It's always been there. They're not going away. We don't know what's wrong with you. They act like these emails are just disappeared. They haven't disappeared. We still have them. Everybody's seen them. More than once. Just because you have Alzheimer's doesn't mean everyone else has Alzheimer's. We all remember. We all get stuff you say the first time you say it. You're the only ones who are slow. It's pathetic. This is so easy, it's not even fair. Literally. This guy solicited prostitution on behalf of Mr. Perry. He came to where I am at my work. There's nothing political about this conversation. There's no political vendetta. There's no evidence of a political vendetta. Mr. Perry was the new guy, and he's a peon. I did federal government reform. I didn't do state politics, really. I did federal. Mr. Perry got elected because I helped him get elected. So there's no emails, there's no tweets, there's no Facebook messages about a political vendetta. He literally is irrelevant. Certainly to me. I haven't registered to vote or vote. Mr. Perry, you're not asked what you think. You're not relevant to me at all. You don't legislate in Oklahoma. I haven't lived in Lubbock since 2013. I don't give two fucks about you. You don't matter. You're a fucking peon to me. It's funny that you are so arrogant. You think you matter. You think you matter. I don't agree with you. I think you don't matter. I don't live in Texas. You don't legislate in Oklahoma. You didn't fucking matter when I lived there. I lived in John Frullo's district, not yours. I'd already been in politics all my life. I didn't need your help with fuck. It is funny that you thought I did. It is hysterical you think you matter. I think that speaks to your delusion. There's no emails. There's no texts. Oh my God. He's still trying to talk to me. I don't care what you think. Did I ask you, Connie? Please stop typing in my phone. Please shut up. Just shut up. Whack job. There's no emails. There's no texts. There's no nothing about a political issue. What's the issue? What's the fucking political issue? You think caused me to make up a stalker story in 2011, tell people he's pulling up behind my house and watching me in my backyard, showing up at restaurants where I work, blah, 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 all this stuff he was doing, weird shit, stalker shit. Just say that in 2011. Not go to the media with it. Only people I told were a few close friends, most of whom did not live in Texas. I kept my mouth shut but for a few people. Didn't go to the media with it. I make this up in 2011. I move. Then I move again, and then I went public. What issue would make me do that to some new fuck who doesn't matter? When you can't, you can't get elected in Lubbock if you're not pro-life, if you're not pro-gun rights, and you're not pro-protection of marriage being between a man and a woman. So what's the fucking issue that would make me make something like that up in 2011? Facebook message all my friends about it who don't live in Texas. Robert and Mandy lived somewhere else. I think one lived in Arizona and one in Florida. Neither one of them lived in Texas. And Saeed. 3 people. If I told somebody in Lubbock, I told 2 people. Cheryl Underwood And, Lori, because they saw you do weird shit and wanted to know what the fuck is wrong with you. Okay, no one else, I didn't go to the media with it until after I left and went to the Dallas area. And then you're fucking with me there. Then I come to Oklahoma. Then I said something to the media. Who does that? They keep their mouth shut for 4 years, move twice, and then they say something over a imaginary political vendetta. You are a peon nothing. I know you wish you mattered, Connie, but you just don't. You're not relevant to me at all. I know you think you are. I disagree. I think you're a delusional, whack job, arrogant piece of trash. You think everybody owes you something. They don't. We don't agree. Guess who's getting the information? We are, not you. We're quoting your meetings, stupid. It's not the other way around. Alright, so here's this guy. Now, does this look like a political issue to you? Yeah, what about this do you need to do to pass a law in Texas, Charles? We'll give you $5,000 to sleep with him and be creeped out by him. And I'm like, fuck that. Ew. I just take that and shove it up your ass. There's no way. No amount of money could pay me to want to be in the same room with that weird fuck. There's no way. That creepy little fuck. There's no way. There's no fucking way. At the end of this conversation, he says, you could ruin him politically. And I'm like, I don't care. You know what I want? I want for that fuck to leave me alone. Leave me alone. Fuck the hell off and leave me the fuck alone. That delusional whack job who thinks he matters. It doesn't matter personally. It doesn't matter politically. He's not relevant to my life at all. He just bothers me. That's all he does all damn day. Bother, bother, bother. Harass, threaten, bother. Bother, threaten, harass, bother. Ask questions. He's not, and I'm just like, oh my God. He thinks I would help him. What kind of whack jobs thinks I would? He has a lot of nerve. There's no big picture. He's like, you're not getting the big picture. And I'm like, what I think here, stupid, is that Charles Perry's big picture and mine are just not the same. They're not the same. I don't give a fuck about him. I came here to be left alone. Period. They got me meter mated to death. Judy wants her pulled over and this resolved by the weekend. By Friday. My guys are like, oh my God. Wow. You're going to meter maid you to death again? What is their deal? Look at that. What the fuck is their deal? This is not policing. Meter mating a victim of stalking and harassment and trafficking is not policing. It is not policing. They said when this is over, I really would like to hear what in the fuck justifies what you're doing and not doing. I would love to know your excuse, TPD. This is sick. This is fucked up and sick. And it's not policing. So there's that. Although I will say that at one point they were being asked to meter maid me to death. And I guess Judy called Chief Franklin and chewed his ass out and said, I'm going to hold you in contempt. And he was like, wait a minute, ma'am. I can't. What? And that pissed my guys off like a motherfucker. They got so mad. They were like, the hell? What in the hell is a judge who has no jurisdiction over anything? Nothing. Thinks she's going to hold the police officer in contempt for doing his job and protecting citizens in his jurisdiction because our girl is a victim of stalking and harassment. And she's helping with that, by the way. And we're investigating her too. And so, what kind of nerve? She can't call him up and say, you can't do your job, or I'll hold you in contempt in my court in a whole nother state where no victim is, no offender is, and no injuries are. Charles is in Oklahoma, Judy. He refuses to leave. I'm in Oklahoma. I live here. My family's here. I had a reason to come here. He did not. Why is he here? Why was he here at all? He doesn't have 5 wrecks to his car. He hasn't lost a dime that he didn't know. I'm going to spend money getting her intel. So, where's his injury? He wants to run for office and people won't lie for him, and he's going to throw a 2-year-old little fit about it, and that's an injury. He's not entitled to office. He's not entitled to run for office. Okay? That is a, if you can live your life right, and you're worthy of getting hired by the public, then go get hired by the public. You're not entitled to an elected position, and you're sure as shit not entitled to a lie. And you're not, Charles, you need to shut up. You have pissed us off enough already. Why don't you ever shut up? Get out of my phone. Get the fuck out of my phone. You're not entitled to elected office. You're not entitled to a lie. You're not entitled to invade my privacy and try to talk to me in the weirdest, most fucked up ways you can imagine. You creepy fuck. You horrify everybody. You're creeping everybody out. Everybody hates you. We get the help. The evidence of that is we get the help you get told on. We know Judy Parker did that. And I'm like, you overstepped. You fucking overstepped. Wow. You don't call a cop in a way outside your jurisdiction and tell him you can't do your job and protect somebody because I'll hold you in contempt in my court where nothing is happening. Texas Penal Code does not apply to people who are in Oklahoma, Judy. Charles is in Oklahoma and refuses to leave. He came here to stalk me. He sold me. Check your facts, because right now you look factually ignorant. Don't you, your name is on your work product. Take some pride in your work product. Check your facts, because there's a judge in another court that has a whole lot more information than you do. And he's very frustrated with what you're doing. You're being investigated too. I'm pretty sure he has signed some investigatory orders into you. Because if you called Chief Franklin and said, you can't protect a citizen in your city, in your jurisdiction, who clearly is a victim of stalking and trafficking, attempted trafficking, and it looks like attempted murder, harassment, witness tampering, blah, blah, but the list is long. And if you don't know that, it's because you just don't care. So who else has to die? Because you just don't care. That you would have the nerve to call a police officer and tell him you can't do your job or I'll put you in jail. Yeah, I think he can. And I think it's not your business and not your place to say. And I think you've overstepped and you pissed off the judge that gave that order so that we could find out that you said that and that you're involved in this. Okay? I'm just saying. It's just full disclosure. That's all. Charles is not entitled to run for office. You could ruin him politically, and I'm like, who gives a fuck about him politically? You know what? I came to a whole other state, thousands of miles away from him, to be left alone. So how did you know I was going to be working tonight? And how did you know where I'm working? And what are you doing here in my face, where I am? I'm just at work. I came to Oklahoma to be left alone. So why are you here doing this bullshit, soliciting prostitution from the creepiest, weirdest fuck I've ever met in my life? And by the way, there is no amount of money that could pay me to want to do that. Ew. Disgusting. Yuck. What a turnoff. What a creepy fuck turnoff. You could ruin it politically. I don't care. Get out of my face. Get the fuck out of my face, weirdo. So, they wanted to know what happened to the injunctive order hearing. This got kicked to Lubbock. Shouldn't have been kicked to Lubbock. That should have put it in Tulsa. That right there should have done it. It ends up in Cummings Court, who signed a whole lot of dismissal orders. She's never in a hearing. He won't listen to her. He won't look at her evidence. There's no reasons in his orders. And he went duck hunting with the defendants. And you know how they found out? They're all under investigation. They act like they don't know that. But she found out he went duck hunting with them. If you got evidence of cops being investigating you, you might want to pay attention to it before you dig your hole so deep they bury you in it. Smart people would. You're not entitled to public office. You're not entitled to public office. I'm entitled to my privacy. And I'm entitled to be left alone. And I'm entitled to be able to go to work and not be the victim of crime every time I do. Creepy Chucky. You make me sick at my stomach. There's the disclaimer about for Mr. Perry being in Oklahoma causing one big problem after another. Creeping everybody out, making everybody want to barf. And causing one, horrific thing after, we wouldn't have to do these. This Charles just contacted me again, and it is pissing me the fuck off. So we will get more. Note that for the record. He just asked for it. Get out of my privacy and shut up. I don't want to hear anything from you at all. I don't want to hear it. No one understands why you think I would. You fucking show your delusion when you try to talk to me. Like you think I care what you think. No one understands why you think that, dum-dum. And when you think I would help you. When you're asking about leaks. I'm not told who your leaks are. Wouldn't help you if I didn't know. No one wants to help you. Everybody just wishes you would go the fuck away. And stop bothering me. Okay, so this right here is talks about how stalkers use cell phones to track their victims. Watch that, TPD. Policing. Have you heard about policing? This is what police do. This is what cops are supposed to do with stalking reports, none of which TPD has ever done for me, ever. It's the best they can do in their career in law enforcement. Do you trust that the cops will show up and do their job for you? Because these days, that's really up in the air for a whole lot of police departments. So badly, we had a whole movement called the defunding police movement. We need a better system. This one's not working. Second on the list in polling at midterms, get rid of the fucking crime. Get rid of the corruption and get rid of the crime. We don't like it. We live in a civilized society where there are laws to protect us from crime. So why are you helping the bad guy, Judy? Charles is not entitled to public office. He can go run for governor or dog catcher or the fuck it is he wants to run for. If it would, believe me when I say this, whatever gets him off my back, I'm all for it. But I'm not going to lie for him. At no time did she have to lie for you, you sick piece of shit. How dare you even ask for her to do that? How dare you ask her? Here's what's going to happen, my guy said. If you want to give her something, why don't you give back what you took? Why don't you fix what you broke? And why don't you fuck off, princess? And leave our girl alone. And quit acting like a pathetic little... He had all kinds of names for you, believe me. I've not even said them all yet. So, and until you do, don't expect a phone call from me. I've got things to do to protect her. I'm running intel ops and crap, and I'm busy. And I sure as shit, I'm not going to waste my time repeating myself for you. So until you act like you understand what I'm saying, I don't have time for it. You have an attorney, you got questions, you go to your attorney and you leave her alone. You leave her alone. You get a life, you sick fuck boring, and quit icking your slime all over her. And show some respect. Because until that happens, I don't have time to talk to somebody like you. I'll see you when I arrest you. How about that? I'm going to get a whole lot of intel. I'm going to get a whole lot of evidence. I'm going to build a case against you, and I'm going to do it for you. Okay? And after that, we got everybody's names, and we find out Judy's involved, and we find out Judy's calling Chief Franklin. I'm going to put you in jail if you do your job in Tulsa, where I don't live and don't have jurisdiction. And Charles is never there in Texas. He's always in Oklahoma. How many times has somebody told you that Texas penal code doesn't apply? Because she's in Oklahoma, you're in Oklahoma, and all the injuries are to her in Oklahoma. You got somebody investigating you that is kicking ass. And you act like you don't know what that means. So the results of what you were doing and what we're doing are such that we are getting the help and you're getting told on. We're getting the help and you're getting told on. We're getting the help and you're getting told on. You horrify people, we don't. You creep everybody out, we don't. You're breaking the law. Everybody wants you to stop. We're getting the help, and you're getting told on. Now, how many times do I got to repeat that for you? We're quoting you. We have your names. It is not the other way around. Don't make a fool of yourself acting like you think it's the other way around. It is not. I moved twice not to have to ever again hear what you fucking think, you whack job. You repulse everybody. You creep everybody out. We get the help. You get told on. Act like you understand those words. Because if you can't understand those words, you can't do shit. You can't even wipe your ass by yourself. And guess what? We're sick of hearing from you. Everybody's sick of you. You are not invited to Oklahoma. Get the fuck back to your family and leave everybody alone and stop bothering me. You don't have a choice. You stop bothering me.
Leave me alone! Please!
Just talk to me for 2 minutes.
First, let me say that I'm happy that the lady in this video is okay. Second,
Real quick, we heard Judy call Chief Franklin and shoot his ass out. And he was like, listen, lady, I don't know what the hell. Okay, if, again, we get intel in, some's good, some's bad. I'm going to leave it at that. All I can testify is to what I know. All I can testify is I heard a police recording, and here's what the recording said. Here's what was on it. And that's all I can testify to. I can testify to nothing else. And typically, there's an email or a podcast about what I heard in the police recording. How they get it, I don't know, and I don't care. And nobody owes you that information, Matt or Charles or Dave or anybody else. When they put you in jail and you go to court, you can get all that then. When you have a question, ask your fucking attorney and leave me alone. Leave me alone. Stop bothering.
let me break down what rape culture is. Rape culture is the fact that that man felt that he was entitled to some of this woman's time just because he said, let me talk to you for 2 minutes. It doesn't matter if it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. If she said no, no means no. Rape culture is the comments that she has on her video about how she should have just spoke to him or dressed differently. Rape culture is me taking the heat for calling out other men for their terrible behavior. Rape culture is trying to explain stuff as, oh, it's just locker room talk. No, it's not locker room talk. You should talk the same way wherever you are. We all know that rape is not about sex, it's about power. So for you to force yourself on somebody, even if you're just talking to them, is disgusting, dude.
You disgust everybody. Leave everybody alone.